Well then, your majesty, have you made your decision? All of you, Chris, awaits your word, for your actions this day could herald a bright... In fact, I understand that Duke Aldrich's research into new uses for rune lenses is making great strides.
I'm endlessly impressed at your ability to vomit out nonsense you don't believe in. Oh, you're a politician born and bred. Or perhaps merely a swindler.
How many times must I remind you that you are here as an observer, Countess? Your Majesty, in light of the Countess's continuous interruptions, I suggest your father would not have tolerated such...
But... If anyone is removed here, it will be you, Lord Harlan.
What?
You're up, Noah. Go get it.
Lord Harlan is a traitor who has conspired to sell out Euchris to Duke Aldrich for his own personal gain.
Traitor? Personal gain?
What? Who do you think you are? The fact you cobbled together some pathetic army out of defeated troops, unless you come bearing proof of this outrage.
My proof is this contract sent by Duke Aldrich to Lord Harlan. Should Lord Harlan secure Euchris' surrender, he shall retain his wealth and status, and be given high standing after the... It's all right here on the page.
This, well, the handwriting does seem to match the letter I received.
You damnable varlet! Where did you get that? Oh! No, you see...
It seems you are familiar with this document, Lord Harlan.
No, of course.
You betrayed me, Lord Harlan. Betrayed your king and your kingdom.
Everything I have done,
Cassius!
Guards! Prepare the special chamber for Lord Harlan. I have a great many questions.
You have it all wrong. I am... But instead, we have you, Yuma. You are driving a...
Get him out of here! Now!
Do you understand now, Yuma? I mean, Your Majesty, now that you've seen the contract, are Duke Aldrich's motives not exceedingly... The man has no intention of allowing the Sheerith
Such treachery.
If the Dukes was willing to do away with the royal family, what would he have done?
I choose to do all in my power to help Commander Noah of the Alliance. He's a man I can count on. And I will fight at his side.
Apologies, Periel. There might yet be truth to what Harlan said.
Oof. Well, so much for that.
I knew Yuma struggled with decisions, but I had no idea he was this bad. Still, we've done all we can for now. Lord Harlan is in custody, so I will spend the night here. Just stay out of the back chamber.
Oh, come on. I bet there's rows of beds in there. You can spare one.
Fine, but just the one.
Noah.
Are you all by yourself?
I am. They changed the guards around this time, which gives me an opportunity to slip away. It's been my chance to go on little adventures ever since I was a child. Not that I've ever left the palace grounds or anything. In fact, this right here is about the extent of my adventuring zeal. I spoke to Melridge and learned of how you and Periel snuck into Harlan's manor to secure the contract. Periel really trusts you, doesn't she? No, more than that. She relies on you. How I envy that.
Doesn't she rely on you too? I mean, you're the first person she turned to when Galdea attacked. And she's still appealing to you now. She must really trust you.
I would be delighted if that were the case. But is it really me she was or did she merely turn to me because I happen to be the person on... I adore Periel. The way she's always spoken her mind, even when we were children. Despite growing up in circumstances not unlike mine, she's never afraid to be herself and do what she wants. She's...
Well, I'm from a small village, so I can't imagine what you've been through, but you look like a fighter to me. Is that not the case?
Oh, heavens no. I'm worthless. Everyone thinks so, and they're quite right. Oh, I made a few clumsy attempts when I first inherited the throne, but I was never able to rule. And now, at the time of my country's greatest crisis, I still... Instead of deciding, I fixate on all the tragedy my decisions might cause and simply freeze. Harlan had the right of it. I'm a feckless fool of a king. Who would ever follow a ruler like me?
That isn't true. That just isn't true. You aren't a bad king at all, Your Majesty.
What?
You are absolutely and completely wrong about yourself, and you mistake your kindness for weakness. I know how hard you work at being king. I know better than anyone, so please don't speak ill of yourself. It's everyone else's loss if they don't understand what a wonderful ruler you are.
Thank you, Eiyuden. But I will never live up to my father.
There's wisdom in her words, Your Majesty. People have you wrong. Indeed, you have now. I grant you may not currently be ruling with the skill and finesse of your father. But you're holding yourself up to a monarch with years of experience already behind him. Surely you can see how superficial it is to compare that man to a king who has taken but the first steps of his reign. A fledgling knight is no match for a hardened veteran. And yet, the youngster possesses something the veteran does not. A future. And I would not have you discard yours so lightly, my king.
Oh, Melridge. Eiyuden?
Oh, forgive me, Your Majesty. I was dreadfully out of line to speak to you like that. I will accept any punishment you see fit.
Then your punishment is to tell me the truth. Do you really believe I can become a good king?
Of course I do. You will be a kind king, and a great one, I'm sure.
Thank you. I will. Or at least...
I cannot express what an honor it is to fight alongside a man of your esteem, General Goldwyn. If I may, General, I hear we'll be entering Eucharist territory soon. When do you anticipate being able to report our victory to Dukes Aldrich? I must contemplate how best to compose the message.
It is folly to contrive victories from unfought battles. A warrior must approach every enemy with...
But who could Eucharist field who has any hope of victory against you?
General Cassius is a steady hand who commands the love of his men, and I hear the kingdom is home to another formidable... And also...
Yes?
I take to the battlefield for our empire, despite the great pains Aldrich went through to convince His Excellency of this campaign's merit. I do not fight for the Dukes.
Oh, good morning, all. I take it you spent...
Guys, you are not gonna believe this! Periel? How?
Loose lips, darling. Come, Noah. We're leaving.
Announcing His Majesty, King Eiyuden.
Have you reached a decision, sire?
If you require a messenger to go to Dukes Aldrich, I am yours to command.
This is it. What's it going to be?
I come bearing urgent news.
Your Majesty, it seems an Imperial expeditionary force. It is under the command of General Goldwyn, and outnumbers our army 2 to 1.
Double our numbers, and General Goldwyn.
The man is said to be invincible.
Your Majesty!
I've always been a worthless man, Periel. I am incapable of making decisions. I have ever been a coward. I acknowledge this. General Cassius?
Yes, my king.
Melrich?
Your Majesty.
For a period of 2 weeks, beginning now, I entrust to the two... You are to make every decision, for I have no doubt... Call it a coward's conviction if it please you. Regardless...
What folly is this? Has
royal authority to a mere general and a lecturer at the studium? Say the word, Your Majesty.
The both of you must refuse this. It will plunge the kingdom into...
Folly from your fool of a king. Pitiful I may be, but I...
But...
Are you quite certain? After all, what's to stop the General and myself from eliminating you, should we come to enjoy this little taste of power?
If that is your choice, were you to do such a thing, I believe it would be for...
Your Majesty.
Long have I sworn my service and loyalty to House Sheerith, but now, I pledge it anew to you, Yuma Sheerith, the man before whom I shall answer the trust you have placed in me, with all of...
I do not know if my talents are worthy of the faith you place in them. In fact, it speaks to their inadequacy that I have so clearly misjudged you. Whatever shreds of wit and talent I still possess, I swear to you.
As if any of this gives us a chance against the Empire!
Your Majesty, it's not too late. We can still draft a letter of intent to Dukes Aldrich and...
General Cassius.
Any hope of successfully defending this kingdom will require the full efforts of her people, and the army will be mustered, and the realm's efforts to any who choose to publicly object to His Majesty.
We did it! Now we can finally fight!
I'm not certain such jubilant optimism. As General Cassius noted, it will require all the strength you...
And we'll be right beside you.
Agreed. This is everything we've been striving for.
Then allow me to formally request the support of the Alliance.
You shall have it and more. We'll return to the inn and have Janequist beat the